the need for the dad cave. Some may call it the man cave or the mantuary or the men den, whatever you call it. Do you have one, Blair?
Not yet. Well, actually, hold on. So we've been in our house for about a year. So, and I have a place where like my stuff is going to go, but it's also the kids' room at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you're never going to claim back that room.
Yeah. So
you got to start looking into other areas of your house. Have you scoped out other prospective?
Well, yeah. Then I had another kid. So now. And then we have to have a guest room, for the grandparents and all that. So the way my house is set up right now, like, I mean, you've been over, like, we have the room, but the wife has staked her claim to all of it.
She's nested it.
Yeah.
Well, this is getting into exactly the reason we're having this conversation. Yeah. So I believe a dad cave, for most dads, it's going to have to be in a unique space that's probably at this point may not even be a room, may not even be like the garage is a very common, because the wives, they want nothing to do with the garage or the attic.
Yeah,
it's not ideal, but you can build out an attic, you can put a window unit in it, you can make things work.
You can make things work. I agree with that.
An extended closet.
Yeah,
there's different things, but we got to get you on that.
Yeah.
We've got to get you in the space.
I'll say this, though. I will say this. So, you come over and watch the football game or two. I like my outdoor setup.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's kind of my sanctuary, because the kids, if they do come out, they're running around. They're not bothering me. Does it have like the decoration and things like that? No, but it's got my loudspeaker system. It's got a TV that swivels, and we got pretty comfortable outdoor furniture. So I would say that's my area as it stands today.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, because I feel like as part of a man, the outdoor is also your space, and so you got the lawn, and then every guy's got to have his back porch.
All right.
So that is, but it's not the dad cave. It's not the man cave. So
mine will be in the garage.
I am ultimately committed, and I say this today, committed to helping you get your dad cave. I'm in.
I like it.
We will plan that bad boy.
Well, you did your garage really well, man. Oh, because this brings up a great point. Are you ready for this one? And we talked about this the other day.
Let's go.
When you start it and you stake your claim, how quickly do you get kicked out and it's taken over by?
Well, yeah, that's the...
is that the next question that I steal your thunder? Sorry.
No, you didn't steal my thunder, but it's a good leadway in there. So we've had, in our house is pretty unique. It's got 2 living rooms, and... like we call it the blue couch room and the white couch room. And the white couch room was a room that I envisioned we're going to have all of our company over. We've got a big TV in there.
Yeah.
That's going to be the football.
We watched a couple games in there.
Movie room.
Yep.
And well, now the kids have completely taken over that room. And that couch has got food stains, among other stains in there. There's scratches on the TV. The TV, I think, we've only had it for 3 years, and I think it's about to reach the end of its lifespan.
Yeah.
So they've taken over that room. Okay, so now my wife, she's into all these drama series. And what I mean by that, like dating drama series. Yeah. And so she's taken over the blue couch room. Well, we have a unique garage that's kind of got a loft up top, which was basically used for storage, and then you have the garage space down below. Well, initially I was like, I'm going to make the bat cave.
Yep.
And I made a nice play area for the kids, put a TV in there, put all their toys in there. I was like, we'll just keep the mess contained in there.
Yeah.
In an effort to get them to move back, I put nice, cool lights in there, and that worked for a couple of months. And then they made it back to the big TV room. And so I was like, I'm just gonna hang out here in the bat cave. Well, that didn't work out too well, and they didn't like that. So I went down underneath in the garage area, and that's where I have my gym. But there's all this kind of wasted area. And again, I love wives, but dads, I know you can agree with me on this. Those spaces are areas that your wife is going to try to take back over. And what I mean by that is they look at it as kind of like collect-alls. The garage. Anything they want to pull out of their car, they're just pushing it there in the garage.
Agreed.
So you have to defend your territory. So in this one, I've kind of got the gym down there, and now I've had all this like collect all space, which I cleaned up, and I laid in some nice artificial grass.
Yeah.
So it looks kind of like a football.
Yeah.
We had TVs laying around, and I know that sounds very kind of like
First world
issues, but you dads know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You have these old TVs.
I have 3 of them.
Right, and they just sit in the closet, and they're just collecting dust. So here is a dad hack. If you don't want to deal with a TV mount and pretty reasonable TV, I'd say under 32 inches.
Yeah.
It can't be like an old school TV that weighs 500 pounds. But get, and I can't emphasize this enough, 100 to 150 pound test zip ties. Mm-hmm. And on the back of the TV, there's these vents, and they're pretty durable. And you can thread the zip ties through the vents and then kind of link them together and hang it on. And don't just put it in drywall, put it in a stud.
Yep.
And then you can hang it. So that's what I've done. I've got 2 TVs side by side.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like my own sports bar. And then just they're hung with zip ties. I know that sounds pretty ghetto. It's not. It actually looks pretty.
It does look good.
But then you got LED lights in there. And so that's my man cave. We've got 2 recliners in there that are a little bit old, but they're nice. They're old school leather.
Well, that's the way a man cave should be.
It is.
So question.
But then to before you get back to that, we built all that out within last week, and now the kids live down there.
That was my next question. Did the kids take it over?
They did take it over. Yeah. I was talking to my brother-in-law about that, and he said something to me. He sent me a text. He's like, in quote, I used to have a beer fridge. I used to have a man cave and a Netflix account or Netflix access.
Right.
But now he's been booted out of Netflix because the kids have taken over his Netflix account.
Netflix.
So it's good. But here's why I think beyond just men need a dad cave for kind of their own sanctuary, their own getaway.
Yeah.
But I always love how my kids are watching what we do or watching what you do as a father. And I love that they try to take it over. And I joke about it, but I actually love that they try to get in there because they really appreciate the new space and what you did.
Yeah.
But they're trying to be like dad.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, that's cool that you want to be like that.
Right.
I'm probably not as cool with it when, it's Saturday and I want to watch a football game and they want to watch their own, something on YouTube.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's but I think it's also kudos to you on this is they want to be with you.
Right.
I think that's the fun part about it is, even when we're outside, like we were watching football and I think, Alabama had a late game the other night and I was sitting outside because it's beautiful weather right now, not too hot, watching the game, and then here come the kids and they just want to sit out there with me and cuddle up, and I'm like,
can't beat this.
Yeah, I can't beat it, man. It's outside. I get to watch my game. They're half asleep because it's late, and okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah. It's when I go away for travel, it's always funny that, and my kids would never admit this, but my wife is a testament to this. It's almost like my 2 boys try to fulfill dad not being in there in the house. So the things that dad does, like they try to do.
Right.
And just silly things. Like I have a ice pod, like ice cold plunge bath, and they'll, of course it's heated up and it's not cold anymore, but they'll get in the ice bath and be like, look at me, I'm taking an ice bath. And it's pretty funny. Or they'll sit and hang out and spend all their time in the dad cave. But I really love that because that melts my heart that the kids want to be like that and spend time in the spaces that dad wants to do. And it's just funny because they never admit it.
No.
Like, hey, son, do you want to be like dad? No, dad's gross. Dad's yucky. Dad's, but that they do.
Right. Yeah.
So that's very good.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. So when are we building out your, we need to draw blueprints. We need to start buying all the LED lights on Amazon. Yep. We need to go find your old 3 TVs and hang them up with zip ties.
I know right where they are. I know right where they are.
We'll drive by. We'll do the Monday curb curbside rollout
Exactly.
where people set out their nasty
Yeah.
cushions and chairs, sanitize it, put it in the back, and
I would say 6 months. Let's give us 6 months to build it out because I got to get the garage cleaned out stuff too.
yeah,
You know,
that's the big part of it.
Yeah.
Making the.
I mean, you know, we've been at our house for a year and still not even close. You know, I mean, it takes
it takes time.
to settle in.
Yeah, it takes time. I would say that when we bought this house, I could see and envision the future dad caves,
Right.
which was probably one of the primary
Yeah.
things,
Oh, yeah.
reasons that.
And they've moved.
and they've moved, and so now it's. I'm probably going to get kicked out of that one.
Yeah.
So, well, good conversation.
Yeah, man.
Good
I love it.
conversation.
Yes, sir.
We would love to see if you have a spectacular dad cave, man cave, or where you spend your time, or if there's any funny stories that you have. So drop it in the comments or post a picture in the comments as well. We'd love to see that. But again, we appreciate you tuning in,
Yep.
listening to us ramble, and appreciate your questions. Those are really good questions. And,
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
subscribe. Please subscribe, like, notify, whatever all the jazz is these days. But we appreciate all your support. So until next time, we're out.
Let's get out.
See ya.